Welcome back to The Legend of Heroes Trails from Zero, where we are currently in America Village, in the inn there, the Ash Tree Inn, where we have our urgent request with some missing people. Oh god, as if something ends up happening to my guests, my inn is done for. Please be safe. Excuse us, you're Mr. Goffman, right? We have a special support section. You submitted a support request to the CPD, correct? Oh, I'm saved. I've got an impending disaster on my hands, everyone. If I knew this was going to happen, I would have tied them down while they were still in the village. Oh, this is all my fault. Sir, please try to calm down and explain the situation. What in the world happened? Sorry about that. I'm just a little overwhelmed by this whole fiasco. Allow me to start from the beginning. Yesterday, this couple traveling from abroad checked into my inn. Everything was fine at first, but when I came to bring them breakfast in the morning, the room was empty. It was like they were never there. I have reason to believe that they ventured onto the ancient battlefield off of Old America Road. That name rings a bell. I think I've mentioned it before. Historians have found traces of a battlefield from the Middle Ages off a branch of Old America Road. If I remember correctly, wasn't the stone bridge connecting the path too damaged to cross? Well, it was. It seemed that it was repaired recently, though. Now any random person can wander there all nilly-willy. That couple kept on talking about how they wanted to go sightseeing while they were in Crossbow. Upon hearing that, I warned them about entering the battlefield, but that might have backfired. Some centuries-old battlefield would make for an alluring tourist spot. Is that really that dangerous, though? Absolutely, that place is famous as a breeding ground for many incredibly powerful monsters. Heck, even the villagers here know it would be crazy to try and go there. And on top of that, ever since the bridge was repaired, no one's been patrolling the area. That means we can't confirm whether things have gotten better or worse. And those tourists have unsuspectingly wandered into a dangerous place. But it's not an optimal situation, certainly. Agreed. We can't take this lightly. Please, I'm begging you, can you find them and bring them back? For now, my friend Alfred is standing guard, making sure no one else enters the ancient battlefield, but at this rate, my guests will be in deep trouble. Understood, sir. You can leave everything to us. I assure you, we will find your tourists. Not like we can refuse. You know, it would be a lot easier if tourists would listen when given advice, especially from locals. Nothing to do but track them down and bring them back. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much this means to me at the inn. Well then, I leave this in your very capable... Go on. One of his regulars, maybe? Keith, what's the matter? As you can see, I was in the middle of an important discussion. There's no time for discussion. You know how that couple went missing and how the inn's up the creek because of it? Yes, I'm fully aware. I just told those officers about the entire situation. Well, there's no need to freak out anymore. For the sake of the inn, I called them a cavalry. The cavalry? What are you talking about? Come on in here. Don't be shy. Goffman here will explain this entire mess to you. Sure, lay it on me. I'm Scott of the Bracer Guild. So you've got a missing couple, is that right? If you don't mind, could you fill me in on the details? Hold on. A bracer? Why are you here? Huh? You have a special support section, aren't you? Given the circumstances, I imagine us bumping into each other here isn't just a coincidence. Keith, explain to me why you brought a bracer here immediately. What do you mean? Whenever you're in a pickle, you gotta turn to the Bracer Guild. Duh. When I heard about what happened, I sprinted all the way to Crossbow City to submit a request to the guild. I can't fault you for caring, but I really wish you cleared it with me first. Just our luck. Man, you have the worst timing ever. Why is everyone being so hostile right now? I don't really understand what's happening, but it's obvious that something is up. Sorry, but could I get a brief explanation of what's going on? Sure, here's the rundown. LoH explained that the SSS had come to accept the same request. So that's how it is. I see now. The whole thing is a giant misunderstanding. That may be, but what should we do about the missing couple? I'm not sure what the proper protocol is for when the police and guild accept the same job. Hey, we could always turn this into a fun competition. Who will be the first to find the tourist? Something like that, maybe? Randy, that's not the issue here. What do you think we should do, Lloyd? I have an idea. Scott, if you aren't opposed to it, why don't we work together? No complaints there. I was actually thinking the same thing. Joining forces with a Bracer Guild? Might as well. So we're searching for this ancient battlefield together, huh? No, we can split into two groups. From what we've heard, this place is practically a den of monsters, and we need to secure the safety of those two tourists ASAP. I might be familiar with the general area, but the battlefield is no small place. If we split up, we'll have far better chance at finding them. If we keep in contact with our enigmas, we should be able to locate them in little time at all. True. Indeed, that seems like the most reasonable strategy. I'm all for that plan. Lives are at stake here, the more help the merrier. SSS, Scott, I'm counting on you. With the client's permission, we're good to go. Yeah, let's do our best. Lloyd and Scott exchanged Enigma contact info. Alright, let's strike while the iron's hot. I head onto the ancient battlefield. Whenever you are all ready, come catch up with me. I'll see you later. Okay everyone, once we're prepared, let's make our way to the ancient battlefield too. After all, we don't want to fall too far behind Scott. I've somehow ended up making things more complicated than they needed to be. I just wanted to impress Gofan, but maybe I rushed things. Still, I'm glad that the Bracer is going to be there to help your officers out. To get to the ancient battlefield, you cross the metal bridge that's on Old America Road. I'm begging you, please find those two. Why don't we take a rest first? No. Is right here. Aren't you the special support section? The Bracer just came here to look for the missing tourists. I was told you guys would be coming as well. You're assisting the Bracer, right? Please, help them find those tourists in any way you can. New area! And old mobs. Proxy puppet. There are some peculiar magazines inside the chest. You decide to leave them where they are, despite Wendy's protests. A Curia bomb! Back in my day we had to work hard for our Curia bombs, and we definitely wouldn't have 99 of them in our second playthrough, no siree! Wow, so this is what the ancient battlefield is like. There are just as many runes scattered across as I'd heard there were. And with a name like the ancient battlefield, I wouldn't be surprised if something spooky was lurking around here. We all know I'm a betting man, so I'm placing my chips on the ghosts of a long defeated army or something equally crazy. Ghosts, please no. Ellie? You heard nothing? I have to say, the weather is harsh and this place is infested with monsters. If that couple ventured further in, we haven't much time, so we'd best hurry. Good call, Ellie. Let's get this search underway. Petrified. Vampire thorn, a plant that grows by sucking the nutrients from its prey, and pairs foes with its thorns. think I remember your type. That you the guys that could only be hurt with magic? Let's test it out. Yep. Cursed Shield, used by the berserkers of the Middle Ages, can reflect physical damage and cause confusion. As you can see from the reflect, Lloyd got muted. Oh, come on! Really? Let's muted, Randy. Living Totem depicts the gods of the Middle Ages. The carved head chants a variety of arts. Now let's hit ourselves in the face. Ah. Wait, no, Lloyd is confused. I, of course, misfired my spell. Obtain the Tira Balm. Inside you find a shirt that reads, "I checked this chest twice and all I got was this lousy t-shirt." You decide to not take it with you. Set of demon. I think this was a boss in the in-game yesterday fight, right? A quest boss. A strange one knows sepith masses in its body, harnesses carnelian septium to breathe fire. Well, I think the boss monster was a bit stronger than these. A U material. That item was what Chess Leonard's school in... What? I'm pretty sure that's the reference I don't get. Ah! They didn't see it.
さてと。
Water.
エニグマ駆動。さてと。
おっしゃ。
Celestial Bomb. And we chest folk are actually in the middle of a war. I can't give you more items because I'm rationing. Good luck with your quest though. Good luck with your war, I guess. And there's a blocked path. Could well be that that path eventually opens. And an EP charge, and if a cluttered chest is a sign of a cluttered mind, then what's an empty chest a sign of? A no good thief. Oops. Ow.
おっしゃ。
エニグマ、私の番です。ドライブ。やあ、助かりました。やあ。行くぞ。やっ。お返しです。さて、そこです。さて、そこ。さあ、先を急ぎましょう。
Can I not fight you?
Whatever. 行きます。そこです。さてと。行くわよ。食らいなさい。よし。 させるか。
Ach man.
はい。
任せろ。
さてと。
よし。やっ。おっしゃ。ちょろいぜ。
A courier bomb, and I should really think about getting a roof installed. And there's a fishing spot, but I deal with that later. Monsters appear.
さあ、始めましょう。
Great.
よし。や。
Ah, it's not good.
なんとかしないと。エニグマ、クローン。
Yeah, that was stupid of me. Can you just let me die now?
えいややマジかよすまないみんな
おかしよなんとかしないとそこそんな
Okay, now let's try this
俺
properly.
の番だなエニグマ駆動俺の番だなエニグマ駆動
行きますエニグマ駆動さてとスキーシュート
Crap.
や
それ私の番です
Ah, come on.
ガンナーモード起動しますオーバルドライバー出力最大ヘーテルバスタ
行くぜこいつはどうだいはあクリムゾンゲイ
ーよかった
Obtained a heal quartz. My parents warned me that bad chests go to Gehenna where they can never speak. Is that who I think it is? Scott! Oh hey, it's you guys. You got here faster than I expected. Yeah, well, we're kinda used to running all over the state at this point. But hey, is this lady one of the tourists? After I made sure she was alive and breathing, I noticed she had a Calvadian passport. So yeah, I think she's one of the ones we're looking for. How's she holding up? The shock of seeing all these nasty monsters knocked her out cold. But other than that, she seems to be fine. Don't worry, I took care of her. See, not a scratch on her. Thank goodness you are here, Scott. The support request mentioned a couple, but I do not see the other one anywhere nearby. Could he have ventured deeper inside? If that's the case, we need to locate him as soon as possible. He seriously left his lady behind and ran? Can't say he's a shining example of a gentleman. Well, it's possible he had no choice if they're being chased by monsters. I'm going to see if I can wake this lady up before I go any further in. In the meantime, I'd like for you all to press on ahead and start searching for the other one. That shouldn't be a problem, thanks Scott. Randy level 27.
データ収集を開始します。
任せろ。俺の番だな。
私の番です。ドライブ任せて。助かりました。
行くぞ。
や
任せろ。
エニグマ、私の番です。エニグマ、
行くぞ。
やダメダメです。
まずいな。
助かりました。
負けるか。
負けられない。
負けるか。それ。
ピンチです。これで一安心です。やったわ。
Ellie learned Strike Bell? Perhaps one day scholars will finally be able to answer the question. Randy or Lando? Okay. Terra Bomb. As you look in my chest, a bright light goes off. Aha! I've got photographic proof. I'm taking this straight to Crossbar News Service. You quickly close the lid and leave. What is this place? It's enormous. I believe this is a ruined reference to as the Sun Fort. Its origin and history are shrouded in mystery, but historians estimate it was constructed at least 500 years ago. Yep, the place looks sturdy as hell. Guess they really knew how to build them in the Middle Ages. This fort must have seen its fair share of wars, given everything that went on in that era. Is everything alright to you? Yes, I'm fine. It just... I thought I felt something odd resonating from within the ruins. What do you mean, odd? Well, from the outside it looks like your everyday century-old fort to me. Please do not mind me. I'm sure it must have been my imagination. More importantly, we should turn our attention to a tourist. Our search will be much more difficult if he enters these ruins. We do not have time to spare. Right, let's keep moving. This looks like it might be a good spot to take a photo for Grace's request, but we have more important things to worry about. We have to come back later. And a bet. You cannot. Thank you.
先生可能始めましょう。
行くぜ。
さてと、へい。
任せてくれ。
はい。
俺の番だな。
A vampire bat. Vampire bat known as the Blood Gourmand. Saps physical strength, EP and CP from foes.
任せてくれ。行くぜ。おととい来やがれってな。
Celestial Bomb. Ha! Looking for more? You'll never be able to crack my secret compartment. Especially since I can't even figure out how to open the thing. What are you? A mareman, huh?
行きます。分析を開始します。入手しました。
A mareman. A mareman that aimlessly wanders the area. Can shoot water to hinder its foe's movement.
任せろ。
私の番ね。
任せてくれ。
行きます。たあ、私の番ね。
行くぜ。行くぞ。
はい。そこです。
俺の番だな。俺の番だな。
はい。分析を開始します。入手しました。
Grey Flyer. A flying monster that swarms the battlefield, leaving only barren earth behind.
よし。まだまだいける。
Obtained Horizon Rod. A new fishing rod. Use it well, Kamot and Watts.
先生可能。始めましょう。
任せてくれ。
行きます。へい。
ここだ。よっしゃ。一気にボコるぞ。おっしゃ。いい感じだぜ。
Hey, Tirabam. Please take our chest satisfaction survey. Okay. Tirabam is nice enough. Celestial Bomb. You need the More Chest Messages DLC to view this message.
Yosh! 一気に行くぞ。任せてくれ。やっ。俺の番だ。
行きます。分析を開始します。入手しました。
A zoo. A vile bird of prey that scavenges for corpse meat.
私の番。
任せてくれ。やっ。
行きます。たあ。
おっしゃ。ちょろいぜ。
先生可能。始めましょう。
よし。やっ。ここだ。よっしゃ。一気にボコるぞ。
へい。私の番。
よし。まだまだいける。
Nothing. A chest with HP 3. Seeing the stark emptiness of the chest, you rethink your actions. You don't end up putting the item back, but it's a thought that counts, right? A new material? Inside the chest you find a smaller chest. Inside that chest is an even smaller chest. Inside that is another even smaller chest. Inside that chest, and so on.
負けられない。おっしゃ。ほらよ。任せてくれ。
私の番です。エニグマ駆動。私の番ね。エニグマ駆動。
合ってろ。
やあ。
それ。やあ。俺の番だな。やっ。
行きます。ドライブ。
しゃ
それ
よしそこだ
行きますた。敵集団撃破しました。
Pull the lever. Where is the lever? Anyway, we unlocked the shortcut, right? Ugh, come on.
と力だ
Up here, around here, through here, to the chest. A battle jacket. I'm not actually a chest folk, I'm a mimic. I ate the last group of people who tried to loot me though, so I'm full right now. You can go. Thank you, mimic. Someone, please help me. There he is, Lloyd. Yeah. What are you? Why is this happening to me? Help! Can't anybody help me? Goddess, please have mercy. Hold it! well, talk about impeccable timing. Please explain how this timing is in any form impeccable. We have a crossbuilt police department. We distract the monsters for you, so make a run for it. Okay. Whoa. What's with these monsters? They look seriously tough. They seem to be different from the usual monsters inhabiting this area. Do you think these could somehow be monsters from ancient times? Well, either way, we better not go easy on them. I think it's about time we give these chumps a lesson in pain. Here they come!
データ収集を開始します。
行くぞセット
Ow!
行くぜぜ
私の番です。
We're not really doing a lot of damage here.
分析を開始します。情報を入手しました。
Blade Fang, level 26, an ancient reptile monster. It increases its strength by roaring.
N グマ駆動。助かりました。
ってろ
Ow!
俺の番だな
私の番です。 エニグマ駆動。
俺の番だなおーありがとう
エニグマ駆動。やあ。
You are tough.
助かりました。
任せろ 俺の番だな
さてと。 開始。さてと。そこ。
やっそこだ。おっしゃはっ
や
よしエニグマ駆動。
私の番です。ドライブ開始。ええ。
やっおっしゃ行くぞ。
やはい。
Any way we can get him off it?
任せてくれ。エニグマ駆動。任せろ。やっ
はい。分析を開始します。入手しました。
俺の番だな。そう
さあ、先を急ぎましょう。
Whew. Did we defeat them? That was tougher than I anticipated. I don't like what we're seeing here. The hell where was things? Huh. You can't be serious. Oh no. Can't you guys stay down for 1 second? I'm way too beat to think about going another round with those things. This is bad. Really bad. Need to find a way out of the situation. Huh? Strike! That was Gale. Arios. Looks like I made it just in the nick of time. Oh, hold on for a damn second. What are you even doing here? Huh, an awfully cold reception considering I just saved your lives. I was checking the request at the guild when I saw Scott headed down here. I'm aware of how dangerous the area can be, so I thought he might find some help useful. Thank you for saving us, Arius. We appreciate it. To be perfectly honest, we were lucky you arrived. Nah, I ain't buying it. You really expect me to believe you always show up with absolute perfect timing like that? Don't tell me you were sitting on the sidelines this whole time, waiting to jump out the last second, weren't you? I leave that to your imagination. Hey, are you guys alright? Oh, Scott, it looks like she finally woke up. Yep, not too long ago. Thank you so much, everyone. Especially you bracers. I don't know how I'll ever be able to repay you. Seriously, we even got to see an awesome show. You took down most insane mods in one fell swoop. Scott, I really appreciate you looking after me when I fainted. And your skill hot rifle was just... Mwah. Wait, honey. I'm just glad the two of you are safe. History is doomed to repeat itself. Don't fret too hard, Wendy. At least we all work together to save the tourists, right? I would consider this mission accomplished. Something up, Arias? No, it's nothing. I think we should focus on escorting these two back to Amorica Village. Watch our 6, Special Support Section. Understood. You have my thanks for bringing them back here safely, everyone. I was almost done for. Don't mention it, Mr. Gofan. I'm not sure what would have happened if not for Scott and Arius being there, though. Hopefully those tourists take a nice long nap before doing anything else. On the side note, those bracers are some serious guys. They sure like to stay on top of things, don't they? I can't deny that bracers all seem to have impeccable timing. At least we were able to finish the support request without too many issues. Yes, but one problem remains. Doing the support request, the guild and the police worked side by side. Now that it's over, how should we go about reporting this? I got point. What's your call, Lloyd? This definitely wasn't a standard case for us, that's for sure. I said it before, but if Scott and Arius hadn't been there, I'm not sure we would have been as successful as we were. I think this time we should give them the credit for resolving the request. That won't be necessary. Arius? Scott? Excuse me, Gofan. It seems that your two guests wish to apologize to you. They've reflected on their ways and regret ignoring your warning about the ancient battlefield. Oh, is that so? They don't really need to be so repentant for my sake, but... hopefully this was a good lesson for them. Excuse me, Scott, what do you mean by that won't be necessary? Well, I talked it over with Arius and we came to a decision. We want the SSS to be the ones to say they completed the request. Did I hear you right? Looking back on this case, you two clearly did the heavier lifting. That's not true. Since you all were able to go on ahead, that bought me time to look after the lady. And if you hadn't made it to a man at time, I'm not sure if you would have made it. Sure, our results may sound nice on paper, but in the grand scheme of things, we think the SSS was crucial to request success. Feels sort of embarrassing to be praised by your rivals, don't you think? I wouldn't say we're rivals in the slightest. In fact, it appears as if you've all matured a bit since we crossed paths, Special Support Section. Especially you, Lloyd. What? Do you remember when we first met in the Geofront? Back then you decided to recklessly throw away your life fighting against an unbeatable foe as if you were some kind of martyr. But this time, you refrained from doing that. Despite your odds being slim, you kept searching for a way to break through the situation. One requires unwavering strength to relentlessly go against all odds. Such strength is far more powerful than sacrificing your own life. Though your abilities can't be denied, it's a fact that you were able to find another way when all hope seemed lost that proves you've grown. Thank you. It seems I've talked too much. Scott, return to Crossplay City and report to the guild. Roger, Arius. Well, Special Support Section, it was a pleasure. I hope we get the chance to work together again someday. Likewise. I would be lying if I said I expected to hear encouragement from Arius McLean of all people. Theo, don't be rude. But you're right, it was a little peculiar. I wouldn't let it bother you. We finished the support request, didn't we? That's enough to be happy about. I certainly second that. Special Support Section, thank you once again. I'll be knocking if I need any help again. You can always rely on us, sir. We'll be waiting at the door. Ugh, I think it's time for a breather. Don't go for getting me to bust my hump just because we're friends. Thank you so much for finding my guests and bringing them back safely. I couldn't be more grateful. If something like that ever happens again, we'll be counting on you. I'm glad that couple didn't get hurt. If something happened to the inn's customers while Celie was in Crossplay City, she'd be devastated. Probably. So his name is Scott. Wait, are those hearts I see in your eyes? Oh, you guys, I forgot to mention it before, but I want to thank you all for saving us. If you hadn't shown up, I'd be... Anyway, my girlfriend has been acting weird ever since then. Her face is so red. Do you think she's okay? Bit of a hero crush. Anyway, I return to the ancient battlefield to take that photo. Oh, it's a sun fort again. We were in the middle of an emergency the last time we were here, so I didn't have much of a chance to take it all in. Yeah, likewise, but that reminds me, Theo. Didn't something about it bother you? Oh yeah, guess you did mention feeling some weird vibes from inside the fort. How do you feel now, Theo? I'm fine now. I may have simply gotten used to the feeling, though. That aside, should we not take some photos of a fort for Grace's guide? Oh yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Will you do the honors, Ellie? Oh, I think that should do it. Good job, Ellie. It seems like things went well. With that, shall we get going? And I want to take another look to the place where we encountered the tourists to see if there weren't any treasure chests that were skipped because of a cutscene. And there indeed are. A Tiwa bomb. And you check the chest to see it full of fan mail addressed to the SSS. It's sweet, but you wonder how it got there. Monsters appear. Oh, God. Not these guys again.
任せてくれ。エニグマ駆動。
Great. Ah, shit.
さてと
行くぞ。
私の番です。ドライブ開始。任せて。はい。死ねはいと来て。
俺の番だな。任せてくれ。やっ
私の番ね。そこ。私の番です。へい。
俺の番だな。やりや。任せろ。そうだ。
私の番です。ドライブ開始。
よし。そう。
それ。
ありがとう。
行くわよ。くらいなさい。
俺の番だな。
こです。なんとかなったわね。
And a scent quartz. You may have met my brethren. Between you and me, they're a little unhinged. Alright, and with that we leave the ancient battlefield, and next time we return to Crossbow City, where we almost certainly will get a new quest. Until then, I'm Ace, and don't get lost.